What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Lendaris back at you with another video. Hey, wanted to put you up on game. Put you up on some game. I got a text today on my business phone, right? And I get this throughout PR. I get this throughout this season. And in my first couple of years that I started doing lawn care. I would jump on these and be like, man, ripping and running everywhere, wasting my time, wasting my gas, things like that. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You might pick up on some things and stuff like that, some lawn care guys on here are not talking about, and that's not because they don't know about it. They just choose not to do the topic and stuff. So I like to tell you things as stuff go on throughout the business, throughout my day, as far as phone calls, estimates, things like that. So as you know, it's fall cleanup time. Leaves are starting to drop. Aeration over seeding, things like that. So, but this is what I mean. Check out this text that I got. And people do this all the time. They do it all the time. And they be trying to scam you. You know what I mean? If I take the conversation a little bit further, then that's when it'll come out and be like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you cash this check? I can say, man, this estimate that you wanting for lawn care, leaf cleanup, blah, 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 this and that, it's going to be $4,200 or something like that. I could come up with something crazy, $5,000, and they'll say, okay, when can we get it started? You know what I mean? And then they'll say something along the lines, well, where can I send the check to? So now they want your address. They want to try to send you a check. And then they say, once you get the check, can you cash it and do all this other stuff? I'm going to make the check out to you. You cash it, blah, blah, blah. It's usually a scam, guys. I mean, have your spidey senses go off when you get these type of text messages, and you'll get them throughout the season. I get them all the time, just like they be randomly picking people or lawn care professionals and stuff like that. But it says, I'll read it to you. It says, hello, will you be available for lawn service like mowing, raking, edging, clipping removal, weed whacking, brush removal, and leaf cleanup? You see how they just say everything? It's usually the same spiel. It's like everything. You like, man, they want the whole nine. They want everything done. Man, I'm about to make me some money. It's bull crap. You know what I mean? So like I said, hello, will you be available for lawn service? Like mowing, raking, edging, clipping, removal of weeds, weed whacking, brush removal, and leaf cleanup. Then he gives me the address. And I already know that nobody stays in this place. So I'm like, okay. Now I used to go out and do jobs, so I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like thinking like, okay, did I used to service this person a while ago and they, finally like saw me and stuff like that? Or there is another L&L lawn service in the Kansas City area, Kansas side. I'm Kansas, Missouri, KC, Missouri. I'm Kansas City, Missouri. We're right next door to Kansas, right? So sometimes I'll get people calling me on the Kansas side thinking that they're trying to get a hold of this other L&L lawn service that services in that area. So sometime every once in a while I get somebody that says that, they saw my sign down there and all this stuff, or they call me and say, hey, you haven't came this week, was wondering when you're going to stop by. And then I look at the address, it's all the way on the Kansas side. Or they call me and stuff, and I say, hey, you must have the wrong L&L lawn service, because I'm here in Blue Springs, Missouri. You're on the Kansas. She said, oh, okay. They'd say something like that. So there is another L&L lawn service on the Kansas side, but they not like L&L lawn service on the Missouri side. You know what I'm saying? Blue Springs, it's top notch over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anybody calling me saying, are you coming to cut my yard and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. I'm just joking, guys, but yeah, I get mixed up every so often with somebody else doing that's an L&L lawn service on the Kansas side. And I think we do have another one that's in the Missouri side, but they're more in the downtown area, like, and stuff like that. So but I'll read the rest of it to you. So then I proceed to hit them back and says, hey there, just checking to see if you have the right lawn company. This is L&L Lawn Service here in Blue Springs, Missouri. Have I done any type of services for you before? So I'm still kind of, maybe this is a customer that I dealt with, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning stage of me starting, doing lawn care and stuff, because I was all over the place then. I was all over the place with my, when I think back about it, it's just like, man, I was trying to get, but we all do that. We all pick up people all over the place when we first start out. And then it says, that's what I said. I'm in a Blue Springs area. Have I done any type of work for you before? Question mark. Then they proceed to say, I just saw your number on the website that you're into lawn service. Okay. Yeah. So you should see it says Blue Springs, but they be randomly calling numbers. This is what they do. I don't know. I said, yes, I'm still in business and I'm still doing lawn care. Is there something that I can help you with? Question mark. Then they proceed to say, I need lawn service like mowing, edging, raking, clippings, leaf removal, weed whacking, brush removal, leaf cleanup at this address. And this is Kansas, like, it's not in my spectrum. It's not in my area that I want to. It's further into Kansas, somewhere that's not in my perimeter, or that I would like to travel to. I'm not traveling, that way to do all this. So it's in the inner city, I think, somewhere. Which in the inner city, it could be 15, 20, 30 minutes. It could be even 35 to 40 minutes, depending on where it's at, where I'm going. 30 minutes at least, drive time. It said, I tell them, I say, I would love to help you out, but you're out of my service range. I'm in Blue Springs, Missouri. But I do appreciate you giving me a call. If I was closer, I would be able to help you out. But unfortunately, I'm not. So sorry. Then they say, so glad to hear back from you. The house is currently on the market, and I would like it taken care of weekly, pending on the time it would take to get sold and taken off the market. But I need an estimate for 5 weeks of service. Thank you. I just told you that I don't service that area. I'm not coming down there. They keep on going with you and stuff like that. It's like, no, like they keep on until you just like, I'm not even going to respond anymore because I already told you you're not in my service area. And I don't want to travel far to do leaf cleanups, brush removal, things like that. Some of these people will just pick. It's always a piece of property that if you're not getting contacted by a property manager or somebody, and it's never a phone call, it's always a text. Like, you're not going to get a voice. You're not going to get a voice. They're going to always text you. Even if you call that number back and says, hey, give me a call, they're not going to call you back. They're just going to text you. They're going to say, I'm out of town. I'm on a business meeting. I'm this, I'm that. Just let me know what the price is. Price is not a problem. Just give me an estimate. They say something like that. But yeah, guys, you just got to be aware of these things. Man, they be trying to scam the little guy. They be trying to scam lawn care companies too, because if you're desperate enough, you'll jump on that. You'll be like, man, I could charge $3,200. They'll send you a check. They'll tell you to cash it. If you don't know anything about it, you'll go cash the check. And then they'll say, can you Venmo me the rest back? Take what you need. They say stuff like that. Take the $3,200. I'm gonna send you a check for fun. If you say $3,200 to do all this work, they say, okay, that sounds great. By the way, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna send you a check for $6,000. Cash that check. If you cash the check, take what you need out of there, and then can you Venmo me back or send this back to me, cash app it back, do all this other stuff. Can you cash app me the rest back? And you're like, okay, you'll get your money. You'll send them back, son. These might be stolen checks or whatever. You have no clue. Here you are about to go cash it in the bank, and it's flagged or something, and now you in trouble. And you saying, hey, you know, I did some work. Now you're doing extra work and all this other crazy stuff. Yeah, it's a mess. Don't fall for it. Just a little tip for you. If you're just getting into the game of lawn care and all that, you're going to be getting these text messages and phone calls and stuff like that of people. And it's always a place that nobody lives in. They pick the places that nobody live in because you can't, you know, they can easily say, hey, this is my place. I live here. I'm out of town. You know, occasionally you'll have people like that. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts, because but you have to be aware of that, because you could get a legitimate customer that really is out of town and they have some property that they need taken care of. But you'll still be able to see some of the signs because, like I said, you'll be able to at least talk to them. They'll leave a voice message. They're not just going to text you, and when you call, they're not just going to be like, I'm on a business meeting, or I'm out of the country and stuff like that. I just need my property taken care of. It just be some crazy stuff sometimes. So be aware, guys, out there. And I'll get back with you on the next video, trying to knock out some of these yards. Peace.